Alright, welcome back. We are on episode 113. I think in one of the last episodes, or last few episodes, I misnumbered them. Anyway, so we're on 113 now. We just finished killing the Proteus. During that fight, we lost Minx. She was killed in action. Kind of salty about that because I thought I had another turn to res her. I actually did have another turn to res her, but the only thing I could think of is that while she was down, maybe she took damage from something over here, and that causes causes her to just immediately die because she took damage. I don't know. The only thing I can think of. It was a difficult fight. We barely survived. We had Vic died multiple times. Honey died. I thought Lucia died, but doesn't have an injury. But I thought she died right next to Honey here. I mean, it was like down to the very last hit, and we actually killed the Proteus that way. So now we're gonna see the consequences of that action. Let's check it out.
That code is in the documentation I gave you. Right. There. Also, here are the instructions for adjusting the detonation's time dilation field, which will also adjust its energy output. That code is in the documentation I gave you. Right. There. Also, here are the instructions for adjusting the detonation's time dilation field, which will also adjust its energy output.
That should have been a different line. He already gave me the code. Alright.
Excellent! Access granted. Now, you will see you have a range of parameters you can set, including some you shouldn't even consider. For example, shutting down the time dilation field completely. That would quite literally be the end of us. But increasing the passage of time by even the tiniest amount should be enough to give Colorado Springs all the power it needs, while at the same time not compromising the safety of the inhabitants of Cheyenne, or any more than it already is. Yes, that is more than enough to run the systems of this base, but not enough for any external uses. Try increasing it by another nanosecond.
Okay, so obviously this one here will end up with the nuclear explosion, which we've already seen the load screen, the credit screen for, because when I tried to take Iridium out of this zone, yeah, everything blew up. So we already know what happens there. If you want to see that, you can go back to that Iridium episode and check that out. I don't know which one it was, but anyway, yeah, we've already seen that. If you recall, Elijah Ward contacted us like at the beginning of walking in here, I think, into the entire Cheyenne Mountain complex, and he said he didn't think that we should connect this to Colorado Springs. So, this one here seems like the correct one if you want to get it to the Colorado Springs, and this one seems like the one if you want to follow Elijah's advice. So, if we try to shut down the time dilation field completely, right?
Don't do it, Rangers! You'll kill us all! And Colorado Springs, too!
You want to kill yourself? Do it alone.
So, yeah, we don't want to do that. Return. So, let's check it out if we do it this one. I'm going to keep this one, but I want to see what happens if we reverse it.
What? What have you done? Turn it back the other way! You assholes!
Wow, Theo got pretty dark there, didn't he? Uh-oh.
Reactor shutdown complete.
Okay. Oh. Shut off the Holy Detonation. Okay, that was an achievement. What? Oh my god. What happened?
Rangers, I don't understand. Why? Why did you do that?
What I don't understand is why didn't she... I guess her blowing up there didn't... I guess she didn't have enough energy to blow up everything like she did the first time?
With the time dilation field collapsed, there is no way to restart the explosion. Cheyenne Mountain has become useless as a power source.
You know, honestly, this may be the way to go.
Ward? That jealous old man? He doesn't think it's dangerous. He just doesn't want me to succeed where he failed. To rob a whole city of its future out of petty spite? It's villainy. And you were party to it. Well, I will have no more to do with you small-minded, backwards-thinking brutes. Good day. You shall not see me again. Leave me alone, Rangers.
Okay, so... let's hard save this. Eh? So, if you're thinking of the game in terms of evil versus good, or kind versus asshole, which I've been playing the game roughly kind through most of the time. So if I do another playthrough, I'm going to play it on the asshole side of things to see all the asshole responses. You know, all the non talking your way out of things instead of we're talking our way out, we're going to fight, we're going to insult. You know, I'm going to do all the things that are just the asshole version of the game just to see the responses for that. So on this, I don't really see the asshole response because it seems like turning off the blast is the way to go. I mean, you really don't want this to be around because anybody can come in here and blow up the entire state. But then again, you take away power from Colorado Springs, which obviously is something that is beneficial to all of Colorado Springs and possibly any other settlements that come in. I mean, as long as the nuclear device is kept secure, it's the same thing as a nuclear power station anywhere else in the world, you know? As long as it's safe, it provides a benefit. So there really isn't... Oh, the only asshole way to do it is to shut it off and blow everybody up, which we have already done that. We've seen that. So, of the two choices remaining, both of them have benefits, so I can't really see the asshole choice here. So, I think I'll still go ahead and connect the power up. But we did see that all the mutants died out there when that happened.
That code is in the documentation I gave you. Right. There. Also, here are the instructions for adjusting the detonation's time dilation field, which will also adjust its energy output. That code is in the documentation I gave you. Right. There. Also, Here are the instructions for adjusting the detonation's time dilation field, which will also adjust its energy output. Excellent! Access granted. Now, you will see you have a range of parameters you can set, including some you shouldn't even consider. For example, shutting down the time dilation field completely. That would quite literally be the end of us. But increasing the passage of time by even the tiniest amount should be enough to give Colorado Springs all the power it needs, while at the same time not compromising the safety of the inhabitants of Cheyenne, or any more than it already is. Yes, that is more than enough to run the systems of this base, but not enough for any external uses. Try increasing it by another nanosecond. Don't do it, Rangers! You'll kill us all! And Colorado Springs, too!
Do not do this, you prolapse! I have no intention of being an ex-parent!
Oh God, you would have missed so many lines in this game if you didn't have Polly. Oh man, that's great. I'm glad I've got that. Yeah, cool.
Ah, lovely! That will be more than enough power for Colorado Springs. And to think, all it took was the nudging of a dial.
Transferring partial power output to Colorado Springs power grid.
So that was another achievement. So you got an achievement for doing both.
Rangers, was that you? All the lights in the palace just flared and my heat lamp blew a fuse. I'm getting power surge reports from all over the city. What are you doing?
Sir, it's Theo Curie. The Rangers have been helping me with that proposal I brought to you some months back. The one where I asked for backing to search for a power source in the old Cheyenne Mountain military facility. Do you remember?
I remember telling you I'd get back to you about it. It sounds like you didn't wait.
No, sir. But the results have been spectacular. With the Rangers' help, I've secured the source, and, as you are now aware, we have successfully connected it to the Colorado Springs energy grid. We have more power here than we will ever need.
Well, that sounds like good news, but I'd like a second opinion. Rangers, what do you think of this power source? Is it all that Theo Curie says it is?
Okay. Still no good versus evil or kind versus asshole. Both are true. I got a feeling that if we say he needs to secure it, we'll get screwed on any dialogue from the mutants coming forward. I mean, so I think we'll go with optimistic on this and pragmatic on another playthrough. If I do it again, I'll go pragmatic. So this one, we're just gonna say okay. Yeah.
Excellent. It's good to have all systems at full power again now that we're not getting the Gipper's oil. My people have been without electricity for far too long. Thank you, Rangers. Knowing Theo, I've no doubt you were instrumental in bringing this plan to fruition. I and Colorado Springs owe you a debt. Good work.
Yes. Sir?
Well done, son. I'm sorry now I listened to Elijah Ward after you brought me your plan. I should have trusted you. If you have funds on you, pay the Rangers for their help. I'll reimburse you when I give you your reward.
Yes, sir. Happy to.
Wow, Theo's walking around with quite a bit of cash.
Good job to all of you. Buchanan out.
Okay. I'm not sure why these are all marked as not red, because I've already seen them all. Like, all of these are... makes no sense. Something else this game did not do well is keeping track of what you've already done as far as reading the log. That's why I didn't really focus on the log as this much as I did another game. Alright, so all of those...
Well done, Rangers! With the power from the Holy Detonation, Colorado's future is secured. Just wait until Elijah Ward hears about this. He'll eat his telescope. Sideways! Thanks again, friends. I'm going to stay here and continue studying the detonation. There's so much yet to learn. Safe travels!
Now Colorado Springs will feel the blessings of the Holy Detonation. Hallelujah! Now Colorado Springs will feel the blessings of the Holy Detonation. Hallelujah!
That's all I can say. Theo Curie better know what he's talking about.
Ride out, defenders of the world, captains to the helm, sail across the sea of light.
The Proteus said you could hook up the Holy Detonation to the grid, so go ahead.
Why didn't they update Carbuncle's line? Okay. So now I'm stuck because guess what? I have all these stacks of holy radiation, and there appears to be no way for me to get rid of them other than the craftable, and I don't think I can get rid of everybody's stacks that way. I would have thought they would have put a way to get rid of the radiation here. Or if they just expected you to do this last and, like, okay, you're done with the game, you wouldn't even be worried about the stacks anymore, but... Alright, so what we'll do is we'll zone out of the on the complex completely. Zone back in, see if the state of the NPCs changes. Yeah. Well, let's see if anybody else has anything to say about this.
Thank you for bringing the nucleists back to us, Rangers.
Okay.
Walk into the light of the Holy Detonation, friends.
A high cost to pay to bring us together. Too high.
Okay.
Go with the flow, Rangers.
I can't believe the nucleus have come back to the fold. I can't believe the nucleus have come back to the fold.
I can't believe the Proteus is gone. Face him. Immortal. I can't believe the Proteus is gone. Face him. Immortal.
Okay. Where is... Huh, we're missing an NPC here.
How can the Proteus be dead? I don't understand.
Huh.
Be safe. May the glow protect you.
Okay. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and make sure there's nothing else that popped up in some of these others' wings. Right there, we're missing an NPC, one of the guys that was selling stuff. He's gone. He's the one that told us about the mushrooms. He's gone. So why is he gone? Where did he go? Is there anything down here that's I missed? All the animals are still in their cages, which is kind of weird. You'd think they would at least be roaming around here, you know? They're free, they wouldn't be standing in their cages anymore. So, there's the follow-through I was talking about. You know, there should be no reason why they're not out and roaming around, except for the lack of programmer imagination.
Pain purges the weak.
Alright.
The blood and the body, the bored and the bloody.
Alright. They don't seem to know anything. Nothing here.
Holy Detonation! Fill me with your power!
Okay. Doesn't appear to be anything in there. Ah, interesting. The voices are no longer saying anything. The unseen couple, they're gone. So what happened to them? There's two things, three things. Where did that NPC go that sold stuff? Why aren't the animals roaming around? Where did the voices go? Maybe we can find some answers on the security level. At least to the voices. Why is there a red line here? Seems like a bug. Okay, so this is where the disembodied voices were. They escaped that room. Alright. And this is where we went to... Yeah. Save this in case I actually didn't run into that thing. Okay, so Night Terror was over here. Appears to be nothing here still. Okay. Nothing up there. There was a prisoner, a nucleus that we left in there that didn't want to come out. Let's go see if he's still there. Or she's still there. Okay, so this is where we found Father Bezor. Okay. Alright, so the nucleus is gone. So 4 things. What happened to her? Oh. I wonder what happened to, what was his name? Callus? He was the one that was, you know, fawning over, shit, I forgot her name. Polyp? Was it Sister Polyp? The one that, went into a rage and caused the Proteus to expand? I wonder what happened to him. Because he was all about her, so... kind of wondering what's going on. Where did he go? Did he just disappear? Alright, there's Sick Rick. He came back.
Good job bringing the P's and N's back together, dudes. Shame about the Proteus, though.
Okay.
Vaya con Dios, dudes.
Alright, one question answered. Let's check out the research level. See if there's anything new there. Here I would really like to see something that shows you a way of getting rid of the stacks in the research level. Like, in here.
Colorization is...
Okay, Brother Bismuth.
Ah, it's you again. How can I help you?
How can we get these stacks off?
If you're interested, certainly.
Well, he sells more mushrooms. That's... I wonder if he sells enough every time I walk in and out of this zone. So we'll have to check that out here. We'll zone back out and see if we can get some more mushrooms. That would be a way to get rid of all the stacks.
What a curious specimen.
Okay. Oh, you know what else was a disappointment here?
That specimen appears edible.
So if you go to this thing here, right? You know, that's the valid specimens that you can have, these 3 here. So we found the horse mushroom in this room, right? What they should have done is this. At the very beginning of the game with the prisoner, you found this on a corpse. This should have been a mushroom that you could have put in this machine if you had kept it as long as I did.
Colorization is exquisite.
See, that's what I'm talking about, curiosity. Programmers should have that level of curiosity. I should have been able to use that mushroom in that machine and have it do something else. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just the fact that you thought about doing it and did it would have been impressive. Okay, so this thing's still going on. Let's see, can we interrupt this or not? Department for maintenance. No, okay, so can't interrupt it.
Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible!
DNA scan in progress. Countdown to disintegration in 3,
Countdown to... what?
2,
No! Oh no! Turn it off!
1.
I mean, you should have been able to save that. Like, you should have been able to turn it off. And now it's just going to keep going. That poor thing's just going to keep getting destroyed over and over again, you know? Dr. Finster Jr. So, I hope that when I go back to the fucking prison and talk to Finster, at least he has something to say, even if he's in prison. I would fully expect him to have something to say had we put Irv, had we recruited Irv to use him. Okay, so no, nothing there. And nothing here, okay.
I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible!
DNA scan in progress. Countdown to disintegration in 3,
Countdown to... what?
2,
No! Oh no! Turn it off!
1.
Anyway, okay. So if I had recruited Irv, that would have been a whole different thing in the game, because you would have had to... You would have been able to talk to him about that clone, I think. I think that would have given you a lot more dialogue options. And now I'm sorry that I didn't do it, because I wasn't able to arrest everybody this playthrough like I wanted to. Well, I was able to, I just didn't want to. So yeah, I really wanted to see Blue in there. So, fuck. I don't know how I'll do the next playthrough. There's so many things that you could do, but... I could have arrested Blue, and I could have arrested somebody else, I think, after Blue. Alright, let's see what we have going on down here. Alright. So yeah, this is where we came in here and basically fought this fight without benefit of any of the hacks, basically. No cheesing was done in this fight at all. We went straight ahead on this. Okay, I'm not seeing anything there, nothing here. There are those cultists over there that we need to talk to, see if they're still going on and on about what they were doing before. Okay. Nothing. We got everything that way. Check that. Okay, let's go back here. The Russians, they should have something to say, right? I mean, we've already...
No, it's nothing. So, what to eat? We'll be leaving soon.
Comrades, you return! Signal has not come. I hope you have still not sabotaged particle accelerator.
Okay.
What? You mean we've been waiting in secret base for 6 generations and would never have heard signal?
And it just happened to come while you are outside storeroom.
A miracle! Боже мой!
At last it is done! Thank you! You are a credit to Mother Russia! Oh no! Is disaster! Moscow will be furious!
We will be killed in middle of Red Square! Such shame cannot be endured! Natasha, the cyanide pills! We must redeem ourselves in eyes of Motherland!
Da, Boris! For Motherland!
What? What? So those two, once you did the kiss ass one, you shouldn't have. That shouldn't have happened. What? Okay. Let me see something here. Go back to the autosave. I mean, the whole point of telling them that the mission's complete, that should have eliminated the other choice. So obviously, whoever did that part of the programming wasn't talented enough to do the right thing. I mean, I fully expected something to happen to the Russians because you can't leave the two Russians there to sabotage the power source now, you know? Especially knowing that they could just blow the whole state apart with the nuclear blast, like we did when we tried to exit with the iridium. So you can't leave these two here to sabotage anything. But the kiss-ass option should have eliminated the other option.
No, it's nothing. So, what to eat?
Comrades, you return! Signal has not come. I hope you have still not sabotaged particle accelerator. What? You mean we've been waiting in secret base for 6 generations and would never have heard signal?
And it just happened to come while you are outside storeroom.
A miracle! Боже мой!
At last it is done! Thank you! You are a credit to Mother Russia!
Goodbye. Thank you again for completing mission. Be prepared now to explore new Russian territory. All glory to the Soviet Socialist Republic. We will leave soon. Just have to find boots. Thank you again for completing mission. Be prepared now to explore new Russian territory.
Spasiba, comrades. Moscow will shower you with honor for completing mission. The particle accelerator is dead! All hail the Politburo! We go now to claim America for motherland. But first, must eat. It's great day, comrades. Great day. Spasiba, comrades. Moscow will shower you with honor for completing mission.
Okay, so that's a better resolution. Obviously, they didn't program that right. But, I mean, I would fully expect, since I'm still not done with the game, that if I come back here, these two should no longer be here, and I should find them out in the world somewhere. At some point, I should run into them. I hope. Alright, let's go see if these guys are still going on and on.
Glory to the sacred fire, bearer of the sacred glow, who maketh us a light in the darkness. Yep, that's it. Good old chapter 20, verse 7. I'd know it anywhere.
May the light of the glow guide you. Still here. Still here.
Okay. No, don't want to go that way. So, no update on these guys.
Bearer of the sacred glow, who maketh us a light in the darkness. Yep, that's it. Good old chapter 20, verse 7. I'd know it anywhere.
Okay, so back to the research level to see if we can buy more mushrooms. You know, let's check our pets here. What do we got going on? Do we have everybody? We do. Okay. Young Man Winters has stacks. It's kind of funny that Polly, Party Pal, these guys, they didn't pick up stacks, but he did. Even the Wasteland didn't pick up stacks. You would have thought that everybody would have picked up stacks. So I guess that just only the humanoids? No? I mean, the Night Terror probably a humanoid too.
What a curious specimen. Ah, it's you again. How can I help you? If you're interested, certainly.
Okay. I wonder if it's just because the zone...
The specimen appears at all.
Okay, hold on. Let's save it here.
Colorization is exquisite.
Let's reload it, see if he has them. I'm wondering if like there's a state of the zone pre and post Proteus, and that's the only reason you got to see extra mushrooms. And that he's not going to actually replenish, which will be very bad for us if he doesn't replenish.
Colorization is exquisite.
Okay, so...
Ah, it's you again. How can I help you? If you're interested, certainly.
Okay.
What a curious specimen.
So, now we have to determine whether or not he'll reload those if we exit the complex altogether. And if that doesn't work, then we have to figure out whether or not he replenishes if we exit the game. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, back here. So let's see if they've reset this at all. Does not appear they did. Okay, so I'm assuming they're back where they're still at. So let's get out of the zone altogether now, the complex. Then come back into it and see if people are reset to different spots.
Elijah Ward. You lunatics. I can tell by the brightness of my lights that you went through with Theo's plan and tapped the nuclear energy source in Cheyenne Mountain. That is most disappointing. I understand how tempting it must have been to take what looked like free power, but I assure you, power like that always has a cost, whether now or in the future. We may be warmer here in Colorado Springs because of this. Our homes may be brighter, but we will not be safer. For the threat of nuclear destruction will always loom over us as long as that bomb, or whatever it is, can be reached by evil hands. I'm sure Theo is happy with you, but I am furious. You will get no reward from me, and no support either. You damn fools.
Okay. So, you know, that sets up all kinds of great options.
America is vast waste, everybody.
Stop, Boris, stop! We did it! We won! We explore new conquered territories for motherland!
Yes, Natasha. But you first. It's great honor.
No, Boris, it's okay. You have honor.
Outside is so big.
Too big.
Okay. So another pet peeve in my... They did not need to put those three conversations next to each other. There's a whole zone they could have done that on. But no, they put his conversation point right next to the unseen ones, which I had assumed was gone because they didn't say anything else but now. And then they put it right next to Boris. So you get all three blasted right next to each other instead of... It's fucking annoys me. You have the entire zone they could have put that in. Anywhere else where they split it up so that you could hear all three distinctly. But no, let's do it so that when our players walk by, they get hit all three of them at the same time. Fucking stupid programmers. Absolutely fucking moronic. So stupid.
Elijah Ward. You lunatics. I can tell by the brightness of my lights that you went through with Theo's plan and tapped the nuclear energy source in Cheyenne Mountain. That is most disappointing. I understand how tempting it must have been to take what looked like free power, but I assure you, power like that always has a cost, whether now or in the future. We may be warmer here in Colorado Springs because of this. Our homes may be brighter, but we will not be safer. For the threat of nuclear destruction will always loom over us as long as that bomb, or whatever it is, can be reached by evil hands. I'm sure Theo is happy with you, but I am furious. You will get no reward from me, and no support either. You damn fools.
So long, Rangers.
Didn't kill everybody for once. Only almost everybody. Amazing.
Hope that sweet, sweet power was worth it, asshole. Bye.
Look, Natasha. America is vast wasteland.
Stop, Boris, stop! We did it! We won! Come, we explore new conquered territories for motherland!
Yes, Natasha. But you first. It's great honor.
No, Boris, it's okay. You have honor.
Outside is so big.
Too big.
Greetings, comrades. Preparing to exit tunnel.
Any minute now.
A big glowing ball in ceiling is normal?
That is sun, Boris. Motherland will own soon. Good luck in outside, comrades.
We follow soon. Soon. Greetings, comrades. Preparing to exit tunnel.
Any minute now.
Okay. So, they did have Boris come back. The voices, now we figured out what happened to them. Well, the robot's not there, so obviously whoever did that didn't think about what would happen if you came back to look at it. Alright. Down this tunnel, there's a diggable. What? A diggable way down here. Alright, so Elijah's conversation there really opens up all kinds of possibilities, considering that I think this was a DLC that came last. So technically, this would be the end of Wasteland 3 going into Wasteland 4. So I could see, progressing the game years down the line where Colorado was blown up in a nuclear explosion because we didn't, shut this down, like as canon for the game, or vice versa. So, let's say hundreds of years or several years down the road, whatever, 50 years down the road, Elijah, builds a cult that comes in and tries to take down this area, and then you have Theo with a separate cult that tries to protect it, and that could be the backstory for events for the Wasteland 4, assuming they ever do a Wasteland 4, or at least backstory about what happened in Colorado, that you find out in whatever new area that you play in Wasteland 4. I'm assuming, based on what I've seen so far in the game, it would make sense for Wasteland 4 to be in Ohio, with the Ohio Buckeye and the Detroit Combine, and, to explore what happened in that area. And maybe, that would be several years down the line, and maybe Colorado gets blown to pieces because we left the power on here. That would be a good way to go into Wasteland 4, saying, okay, Colorado was blown up by the Rangers, which, the Rangers blew up Arizona, so it would be like, not only did they blow up Arizona, they blew up Colorado, and just everywhere they go, they set off nuclear bombs. It's like, I can see that happening. Alright, so we're gonna leave the zone completely, come back into the zone, see if anything reset. So we know Boris and Natasha are there, so let's see if they're actually gone. Maybe we will meet them outside somewhere. Outside the complex, that is. Anything new here?
Calling all Rangers. Red alert! Red alert! The city of Phoenix is under attack by a rogue AI and his horde of killer robots. Are you bold enough to make the dangerous trek across the wasteland to reach the city? Can you discover the AI's secret weakness and defeat the robots? If you crave adventure, the Colorado Springs Gaming Club wants you. We play robots and rangers every Tuesday night, and we're looking for a few heroes to join our party. We've got the rules and the dice. All we need is your imagination. Oh, and snacks. This is Ranger Control, signing off.
Okay. I could see also Ironclad Cordite staying alive and actually succeeding in his plan to take over Kansas for Wasteland 4. At least some of the story. Okay, so Boris and Natasha did not leave. I kind of expected them to disappear and show up somewhere else. Alright, so now we gotta go to the research level, which is going to be not that way or that way. Okay, go down here. No, actually, let's go in here and see if they reset these guys. Okay. This looks like no follow-through, so if these guys are basically just sitting down here again, it's going to be kind of disappointing. Yeah, since this is a DLC, they should have known that if the players did not do it in the order that they intended, like if I came here and did this first, all of this should be reflecting changes within the game. So there's no reason to have all these guys still sitting over here in a line at all. Like, they should be back at their normal places, doing something, saying something new. But that's not what's going to happen.
Remember why we're here, Rangers. We need to see all the glorious power to follow. Remember why we're here, Rangers. We need to see all the glorious power to follow.
The Proteus said you could hook up the Holy Detonation to the grid, so go ahead.
That's all I can say. Theo Curie better know what he's talking about.
Yeah, so nothing changed in the state of the zone. Now, maybe there's still a chance for it to change if you actually exit the game entirely and come back in. Which I may try, depending on what happens with the mushrooms here. Because it's key for me to get a hold of these mushrooms. Like, I need to get a hold of them in order to get rid of these stacks without using the rods. Because if I use the rods, I can't craft anything from the zone. Like, any of the special weapons, you know, assuming that I get enough scrap at any point in this game, which is honestly highly unlikely. Like, it's unlikely I'm going to get enough scrap to do any of these. Unless I can buy scrap, which I have never really looked. I never paid attention, but I might be able to buy scrap, and if that's the case, I might be able to craft some of these weapons. But right now, I don't have scrap to buy to craft any of them, and I don't want to use the radiation rods to remove stacks unless I absolutely have to. So hopefully this guy replenishes his mushrooms when you go out of the zone.
Specimen appears edible. Ah, it's you again. How can I help you? If you're interested, certainly.
No. I was afraid that was going to happen. Okay, I'm gonna head out of the zone, reload the game, come back in and see if he has it. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. So I just went to desktop.
What a curious specimen.
Reloaded the entire game.
Ah, it's you again. How can I help you? If you're interested, certainly. A specimen appears edible.
Okay. So, that answers the question. So there's going to be no way to get rid of these stacks other than the mushrooms I have and using the rods. That's the only way I'm going to get rid of the stacks. Which, man, had I known this mechanic was like this, I would not have done this early in the game, because I got to figure out a way to get stacks off of everybody. And that's going to be very difficult, I think, with what I have available to me. Alright. Maybe he has...
Good job bringing the P's and N's back together, dudes.
Maybe the reason they took him out was to put something on him
Shame about the Proteus, though.
that lets me get rid of stacks.
Everything's in good shape. Not too hot, not too cold, if you get my drift.
Power gun, minigun, incinerator, javelin. Alright. Crystals. Okay, so you can get ammo for him. Yeah. Consumables, but nothing that will take away stacks. Nothing that will take away stacks. Alright, let's check the other guy.
Thank you for bringing the nucleists back to us, Rangers.
You won't find a better selection of radioactive medicines this side of paradise.
Okay, so no way to get rid of holy radiation.
A high cost to pay to bring us together. Too high.
Okay, so we can get the radiation rods, so that's definitely a go. Gotta do that. I wonder if I could have bought some before this. Damn. Maybe he would have restocked like the mushroom guy did. Maybe this will do it? Can I step in here and like purge stacks? Well, that would have been great if you could have purged stacks here. I mean, after all, Iridium purged hers. Why couldn't we purge ours? I mean, we did have all that trouble we went through for the energy siphon. That would have been nice. Okay. So the first thing we do is try to get the stacks off of the companions. If worse comes to worse, I get rid of honey altogether, create a new ranger. We have 8,000, so we should be able to create. First we got to spend money to retrain one of ours to get Binks back, or at least her spec back into the group. Then we have to, if we can't clear the stacks, we'll have to drop honey altogether to create a brand new ranger. So that'll cost another 3,000. So I just need to get the stacks off of our companions. Yeah. So start with Scotchmo because he's the most important. Well, let me look at this. Is it worth keeping? For 100 con and 33 health bonus, is it worth losing crit, hit, and combat speed? Not on Scotchmo because I use him for combat speed. But let's say we keep it on Cordite, right? So we're not really using Cordite as offense yet, and may not because we may not get enough levels to do it. So he's not really using anything as it is. He's more like a buff bot. We're using him for rally mark. In fact, it might be something that we consider just respecking him altogether. To keep hard-ass, kiss-ass, weapon modding, survival, get rid of small arms altogether. Just say, fuck it, he cannot hit anything anyway. There's no point in spending points in that. Then shift all those points to leadership, maybe? Shift them all to leadership? Because right now the only one that would benefit would be Lucia, since she doesn't benefit from her own leadership. Having a high leadership on, but it would be better to have it on the Minx character anyway. No, that's just okay. No, that's just bad. So would it be worth keeping the radiation buff on him since he can't hit anyway? Vic, you definitely want it off of. Definitely want it off of Vic. Okay, so let's save this here. So Scotchmo needs to eat some mushrooms. Mushrooms, where you at? He's got You know what? Let's get out of here. Make sure we don't pick up any new stacks before this by accidentally running into something. Alright, let's get out of this zone completely. we can go here. This will be fine. Okay, Scotchmo. Scotchmo, Scotchmo, Scotchmo. Okay, so 7 stacks. Mushroom. 4. What if we leave them at 1 stack? We get 5 con 2. That's just still a big hit. Well, not that big. Okay. Definitely get Vic out of it. Vic. Vic. Lucia, we need to get her out of it too, and that means that we have to craft. So the early on we got some rods from Theo. I shouldn't have used those because they're, you know, I was going to get 10 stacks no matter what I did. Although I might have been able to manage the stack somehow. I didn't know if that was mechanic, so maybe I could have managed it better. But those basically turned into wasted rods. So in order to get her, we're going to have to craft the rods. What are they called? What are they? Special? Disruption? No, not that. Holy Radiation. Okay, 24. So okay, so we can get use, then use. Okay, so we can actually get them all down to 1 stack. Which, okay. Let's see. If we craft, what can we craft? A. With the fused bile belcher, an area around the wheel dealing heavy damage to and inflicting poison. A 7 AP bile blast. Didn't we determine that that was one of the better sniper rifles to have? Bolt thrower. Bolt thrower. Because it had a high base hit chance. Bolt thrower. So yeah, and then you increase it even more. So you could use 90 rods on that. That I don't think is too big of a deal. It does do 10% more melee damage. That would be nice to upgrade too. And that's 70 rods. 80 rods. Yeah, no. Infused security turret. What were the armors like? Oh, the infused nuclear crown. What is it on that? Fused nuclear sprayer. Wow, okay. That might be really good to have. That might be extremely good to have. Alright, I was looking at the crown. Okay. That would be good to have too. Pre-war. That we don't have to worry about rods. So I'm going to go ahead and carry that stack around and hope that I can find scrap or buy scrap or create more scrap along the way, and see if we can start creating some of those weapons for us. I might end up I just need to find scrap. Okay, so let's see, consumable for the sniper. Didn't really need anything. Will irradiate the user, so I definitely don't want to use those ever again. Okay, so let's give her the Cairo grenade. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and give her a nuke grenade. Okay. So several people leveled up. Alright, I'm going to end the episode here. Next episode, going to level up everybody, go back to Ranger HQ, respec a Ranger to take Mink's space, and general upkeep, selling items, just general stuff, and then we'll go on and figure out where to go from there. Alright guys, till next episode, later.